Say, hi everybody. How's it going? Welcome to Zeitgeist, the Gears of Revolution, the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition campaign. I am your Dungeon Master, Redbeard. I have no bits prepared. With me, as always, is James playing Elfari.
I'm not sober right now. Just heads up.
Also, we have Sam playing Jack.
Recommendation, do you guys want zombies or cosmic horror?
Cosmic horror.
Cosmic horror. I really recommend the
zombies.
movie The Endless. It's a really good slow burn cosmic horror. Essentially, the premise is two brothers who got out of a cult are really at a low point in their lives, and they decide just to go back and check things out for a weekend, and stuff just gets weird and interesting from there.
I wonder how the cult's doing. Let's check in on them.
Yeah. It's really good.
What's it called again?
Maybe they were hoping
The Endless.
All right.
I mean, that kind of makes sense based on cult psychology.
I'll put
Yeah.
it on my list. Also here is Catherine playing Mina.
Hi.
Also here is Carter playing Goku.
Somebody pick Sid, Salvador, Salad, or Shade.
Salvador.
Salad.
Shade.
Salvador was first. Pick 1, 2, or 3.
Shoe.
2.
Oh wait, I said shoe.
All right. Fun fact. The title of Apotheosis of the Dollar is misleading since Dali did not intend to show that money could be turned into a deity, but that it could be transformed into art, and as such have true meaning.
Okay.
Neat.
Yeah, you could have had interactive computer graphics. A top-down approach with shaders.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah.
We came out for the better.
There are
And-
two pillars to fractal geometry.
And Phil is here playing Alicia.
I moved 5.5 tons of board games today.
Woo!
I moved one, I think.
Ton of board games? That's a lot.
I probably getting close to that amount, honestly. Anyway, we're gonna play some Dungeons and Dragons here tonight.
I don't believe you.
That's
I
the
thought this
plan.
was just and.
Well, we're done with that. I guess the Dungeons and the Dragons. We did all that.
We have had dungeons, we have had dragons.
Yep.
And we've had and.
Yep.
Well, we did it. Stream over, I guess.
We won.
So we are in the midst of downtime activities between chapters here. Last time we saw some delightful scenes of characters acquiring coffee and other accoutrements.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we had a few more planned scenes that we wanted to touch on before diving into chapter
I think
7.
one of us did. I don't know.
Two of us. Because I think the scene with Koku is going to be short because it's pretty much going to Ilferi to see if he can find a way into the dreaming so we can try to contact Born. I don't know how well that's going to go. But we also have our beach episode to do.
Yes! Beach episode!
I was just lamenting how I unfortunately do not have the ability to control weather yet. To make sure it's perfect beach episode weather. I don't get that for another 4 levels.
Boo!
I'll just
All
have
right.
to become
well,
a more powerful druid.
do we
Have
wanna
the best
Pull up
beach
faster.
resort. A best beach resort in the world. That's what this is all for.
Yep.
Get powerful enough to control weather, open a beach resort. That's the long con. So yeah, let's do the dreaming one. Oh, I don't really know. I'll figure it out.
Okay.
Carter,
Sorry?
do
I was
wanna
saying we
start?
should do yours first.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I had an alert on my phone. I had to clear real quick. Yeah, sure. So Koku would have told you what it was about. Is there any particular place that you would want to meet her?
No, not really. I don't think there's anywhere. It's not like a secret or anything that we're talking about, so anywhere would be fine.
Yeah, but I didn't know if there was any particular place. I didn't know if you had an idea of like what you were going to do, like because like if you wanted to try to contact Gale or something, we would probably do that outside of town.
Oh yeah. Actually, Gale would be a good call.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Gale's a character.
mhm. So I guess at my place in the Cloudwood.
Yeah. All right.
No.
Yeah, that's where you are.
I still cannot remember if it's the Nettles or the Cloudwood.
You're in the Cloudwood. The Nettles
live
is
in
like
the
the slum
Cloudwood.
area. The Cloudwood is the like forest on the mountain.
Mm.
So yeah, we'll meet at Ferry's treehouse.
Okay, and Gale's there too, I guess? Or I don't know how early she arrives, or if she's willing to answer.
How do you contact her?
Because she's not a Ladrin, but she's really tied with the Fae, so I'd probably just leave, like, a note outside my door with, like, a small offering to, like, some sort of Fae creature.
Mhm.
Just bring it to her.
Okay.
And basically
Don't we still have the like golden feathers that we can use to talk to her?
I don't think we have any that are linked to her directly, do we? At least I don't have a feather.
I
gave
thought
mine
she
away.
was one of Koku doesn't have one either, but I thought she was one of the people who had the feather, because wasn't she the one who gave them to us?
She was.
Okay, so
I,
we could contact her.
I
with
think
them?
she had kept one of them. I think you guys told her to keep one.
Because I believe that we've contacted her with them before.
I don't
Mhm.
remember who has the others though.
One of them is the person that taught us how to make vengeance bullets.
Oh yeah.
And then the other one that's not in the party is on Carter's other character,
On
Yeah,
Theodore.
Zeodor has one.
Theodore.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to have recovered the one from that guy, you could have at any point.
Okay. Yeah. At this point, I think it's fine. It was mostly so he could contact us in case of an assassination attempt or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, during the murder thing, because he was
Mhm.
head of security at the thing.
Oh yeah, the Jean Renault guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Didn't
So I'll have
worry,
my feather
conflict.
back, and then I'll just contact her with that. Then
Okay.
I didn't realize hers was connected to ours.
I did like
Um,
the idea though of leaving out treats for the day.
We'll do that for any other time I need to get in contact with maybe like Azurby. Actually, I might do that for Azurby.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just try both of them, see who answers.
Mhm.
So yeah, let's say she arrives a few minutes after Koku and you were there.
Gotcha. Right. So I don't have a way personally to get to the dreaming. I've changed my source of power, if that makes sense. So I'm not quite as tied to them as I used to be. I still have like a gilded flower that I got as a gift, so I'm sure that they don't mean me any ill will, but I don't have any connection anymore, like Gale does.
Okay, and do you believe that Gale can get us into the dreaming, or at least might be able to?
Might be able to. Is more likely than me.
All right, and then she arrives. She seems to float in from on a strong breeze that blows through.
Okay, I also really, really need to learn how to do that.
Young Ilferi. Well met.
It's good to see you again.
She
So
kind of
we have
eyes Koku, like side eye.
Goku and I need to get into the dreaming, and our other avenues have been kind of cut off at this point. And I'm not as connected with the Fae as I was before I left for Bear.
More mechanisms to be brought into the dreaming.
Just tracking one that's already there.
Well, I can assure you it's being well tracked.
We
are-
do mean to make contact with it just to alleviate any problems that are going on, and as part of our promise to the Fae.
As per our agreement, I will do my best to continue contacting him. Hopefully, if we understand his motivations and can teach him to be more of a sentient being, the issues will stop.
Unfortunately, I don't know that there's much I can do right now. It would take a tremendous amount of persuasion to allow the court to allow any outsiders in right now. They've really locked things down. Your king, of course, has his methods, but those are limited. And we couldn't stop him if he wanted to when the timing is right. But going through the official channels would be challenging at the moment.
Are there perhaps unofficial channels?
I think I spilled something on my pants.
Oh, sure, stumble upon a ring of mushrooms in the woods, and the right time of the moon phases, and things of that nature. The small fae have ways of slipping in and out, of course. But there's nothing that I can really do to help you. I can convey a message to your friend there, if you'd like. We have scouts tracking him and trying to clear the way for many of the small fae who are in his path. He meanders, but seems to be headed in one direction particularly.
Towards Chrysalier. Towards Elphaver.
To the east, at the very least. Hard to tell. He's making his way down the east coast of what's spare here.
Our information indicates that he is likely heading towards somewhere in Elphaver.
That's useful information.
I will write you a message. Despite appearances, he does speak, and he understands more than he seems to, and Cook will be writing down a message.
Well,
And that, it sounds like you're doing more or less what I would have done.
this has caused a lot of tensions in our community. And there are some who aren't looking kindly upon the agreement that your king has with our kingdom. But we will do what we can to smooth tensions.
The agreement we have right now is better than what happens without one. So I think that goes for both sides of our agreement.
She holds
And-
her hand out for the note.
Hand her the note. And trust me, in terms of Bourne's continued residence in the dreaming, our goals are very much aligned. Having been there, I can it is likely not comfortable for him either.
I would imagine not. I will see that this makes it to him.
Thank you.
She does kind of hesitate on using, like, the pronoun him as opposed to it. It seems.
Hmm.
Yes, but she did use the correct pronoun, and Koku appreciates that.
And then the wind starts to pick up, and she floats away.
Cool. I don't have anything else to add. The past few days, Ilferi has been trying to cast what's it called? It's not Plant Walk. It's Tree Stride, I think. The one that lets you teleport through trees that I've seen. Trying to see if any of the trees he remembers growing up near on the islands, seeing if any of those work, or the tree is still around.
What's the name of the ability again? I just want to refresh myself.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the spell as well.
Tree Stride?
It's the higher level version of it. Transport via plants.
I was gonna say like travel through plants or something. Isn't it called?
Yeah, transport via plants.
Okay. Creates magic.
Oh, I'm going with that.
Another plant at any distance in the same plane. Must have seen or touched the destination plant at least once before. For the duration, any creature can step into the target plant, exit the destination plant. Okay. Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a dope spell.
Yeah, I would think that there would definitely be some trees that you would that would still be around.
Yeah, it's a lot of trial and error of like, does he remember this tree, or is it just something he's kind of not really remembered properly?
Or if the tree is gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, obviously, yeah, if the tree is gone, but also like which memories he has are like good memories versus which ones are just like, I was a kid, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was green.
Yeah, you were pretty young, but you also mature pretty quickly. So I think it definitely makes sense that there would still be some trees around from that time, and that you would have likely played in trees.
Very likely. Lots of housing in trees. Very vertical.
So yeah, you think back on a particular memory when you and some of the other kids were trying to, like, you were testing out like your wings and like seeing who could fly the furthest from the top of a tree.
There were a lot of
Fly
broken
the
legs.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, your bones are hollow.
Yeah.
Not the safest activity, but you know.
Kid stuff.
That's why we got healers.
But there's, you know, soft sand beneath, and you know, it's like a, you know, palm trees, I imagine.
Yeah, some more like jungle trees, but a lot of palm trees too.
So yeah, you think back on one of those, and you find you're able to step through from a tree in the cloudwood to that tree from your memory.
Cool. I don't go through because once I go through, it'll take a day to come back, and I don't want to be missing for a day. But as long as I can connect one, we're good.
Okay.
Guys, I don't know why, but I'm just in a good mood.
Cool. Yeah, I just needed to make sure to test that out first, and also to pass the spell by you because it's new.
Okay. Well, what else do you want to do?
Other than that, I think is everyone ready to go to? We're doing like a
Yeah, why don't you pitch to them what exactly your plan is here?
so whether it ends up being a conflict or not, I am concerned, or whether it's found out that we did it or not, I am concerned that there will be conflict between Rusur and Daenor. So I would like to go alert some of the people from my islands to the potential danger and be a Rusuri outreach program if they need a place to evacuate and take refuge. So we can go visit, have a great time for a day, and then come back with anyone that wants to come back.
When you say have a great time for the day,
Mm-hmm.
are you expecting me to work or are you expecting me to just go chill out?
No, go chill out. I'm going to go talk to people myself for a little bit. It's hardly even work for me.
So I just get to go to the beach?
Yes.
Fuck yes.
I'm more concerned about bringing people back. Do you have housing for these people?
There is housing in the Cloudwood that from other evacuees that have been left vacant, and I've already spoken to Delft about this whole situation.
And he's approved the use of these vacant houses?
More or less. We'll get the paperwork filled out once we find out what
I'd
the
prefer
actual need
more to less.
is. Look, if these people want to evacuate, we'll find a place for them to stay, and the paperwork can be filed. There's not a guarantee that anyone's going to want to come anyways.
Where is this?
But if we do bring back, if people do want to come back, and we bring them back, and there's nowhere for them to stay, what do you plan to do with them?
Redbeard, am I misremembering it? We basically got this figured out with Delft as far as like vacant housing in the Cloudwood.
You got like preliminary wheels turning.
Okay. I'm going to offer them so I'm backtracking up this bit. I would have given you guys their information. We're giving them the option to evacuate. It won't be immediately, but I can get a number of how many people are evacuating.
Oh, I see. All right. Yeah, that makes more sense.
And what are you going to be doing while we're there?
You know, seeing the people that I should have grown up with, enjoying myself as well. And also just, informing them that they have a place to go if they need it.
I'm not opposed.
You have me at beach day. I don't care what you do there. I'm going to the beach.
I'm not clear on why we're necessary for this operation.
Well, I happen to be opening a portal to go directly there, and it'd be a waste if it was just me going.
I agree. The bird's making perfect sense. If y'all don't want to go spend time on the beach, stay here in the smoky, smoggy city.
I mean, I'll go drink rum on a beach.
Right?
I don't breathe, but
Oh my god.
Let
Get some
me-
sand in your gears. It'll be good for you.
When are we leaving?
Polish you up.
that is the opposite of good. But if the rest of the team is going, I'll come along. You tend to attract trouble.
Let me go get some stuff.
It can happen
Oh, do
whenever
you
we're
have the
ready.
paperwork figured out? Do you need help with the paperwork?
Have at it. Troubles. Go show them the paperwork.
Who?
A little bush walks in.
Oh.
He's got black pointed leaves
Uh-huh.
and like a little ink pot and a scroll of paper.
He may be chain smoking from stress.
Oh. It's like my staff, but quainter.
There's an upside down liquor bottle in his pot. Don't ask what's in it.
I was waiting for that.
Y'all made my kid an alcoholic.
Yep.
You made your kid an alcoholic.
You putting your
He
infant
learned
son
it.
to work
You.
made him an alcoholic.
Listen.
I just taught him coping mechanisms.
It's not child labor if it's a plant.
Exactly. I mean, we also have official orphans, but that's beside the point.
Look, Zeodor grew up on a on a diet of vodka and beach potatoes. Like, he'll be fine.
Oh yeah, Aloysia, did they give you your orphan whistle to call for aid?
No, I don't believe I have been given
Oh,
my...
that's
my-
that is
Yeah,
for-
she's not a member of the R.
Yeah, she's not a member of
She's
the
not an
RHC.
actual member of the RHC. She doesn't get one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't believe I've been given that standard
You gotta
issue.
earn your orphan whistle, man.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I want to earn an orphan whistle. I'm not really comfortable with what that implies.
You have to kill whistle parents.
No, it doesn't make them orphans.
So I have to make my own orphans?
No. You have to make the whistle an orphan. You must kill its creator.
Where do you get them manufactured? This seems very complicated.
I mean, if you make it yourself, the ethical dilemma is very different.
I mean, when in Rasur. What part of the Urasol Isles?
the outer. Well, God, I can't really say north or south because the Axis Isles is where north is. So it's like,
oh, really?
yeah.
I think
Neat.
for simplicity, let's say the magnetic north is just like this way.
Okay. So-
Okay.
Anyways, I just pointed out on a map. It's like right around here, I think.
Oh.
I don't really remember all the places we went, but I'm sure we passed it by at some point.
That's the fun part. You don't know where you're ending up exactly.
I mean, I can get us home same day if needed.
We probably don't need that, but
Yeah,
a
but-
great
well-
option.
But office, we can't be gone a whole day.
A whole day.
You would be surprised how much absence can be tolerated when a tiny bush does your paperwork for you.
How much PTO do y'all get?
Listen,
We got at least
What?
one.
It's
The question
not
is, how much
technically-
PTO can we take?
Hmm?
it's not technically time off if your work still gets done.
We call it a flexible work schedule.
Aloysia's eye, twitches at that concept.
Aloysia, were you or were you not with us this last time we did something? Do you see how intense that gets? The fact that we disappear for a week at a time sometimes is okay.
Besides, I'm doing official business,
Is it
and
a-
sometimes I need
Listen,
backup.
When I
Sand
get
beach,
tired,
rock beach, or
I get
cliff
results,
beach?
and these
Also-
people glare at me.
Also, do you know who has a 100% attendance record? B team. B team has a 100% attendance record. Do you want to be like B team?
Yes, I always have a perfect attendance record.
Not anymore, baby.
I knew we shouldn't
no,
have taken
no.
you.
Actually, hold on. B team has like 105% attendance because they showed up to our
Carter's just
job.
showing- Sorry, Carter's just showing off dad strength over here, just
Yeah,
whipping this
Okay,
thing around.
toddlers aren't that heavy.
They're mostly hollow.
But they wiggle.
I think they've got
When was the
hollow
last time you
bones.
threw a toddler
Yeah, they
around?
have hollow bones until they're 12. And they're also made of rubber. Hollow
Philip,
rubber.
Philip, I told you that was because your diet had no calcium in it.
Yeah,
I had lots of milk growing up.
yeah, it didn't. It came from a bag, Philip. It didn't count.
I'm not Canadian.
New headcanon, Philip is Canadian. Secretly.
I mean, it wouldn't be a secret.
It would because you're a spy.
I thought that was us.
My innate desire to kill Philip is explained.
Mm.
New headcanon, Sam is a ranger with favorite enemy
Let me-
spies. Or favorite enemy Canadian,
Canadian.
Yeah, I
not
was
sure.
thinking favorite
Canadian is the correct.
Oh, also,
But yeah, when are
I
we
don't care
leaving?
about your time off, right? Like, we can take our time off. You can, go through your own channels. Don't you have to, file paperwork in triplicate or whatever?
Always. One
Right.
for me, one for me, one for the vault, and one for the boss.
Ilferi doesn't know what the word triplicate means. He's just heard of it.
He's just repeating what I've said.
Yep.
Amazing.
It, like the way he says it, it rolls out like paperwork and triplicate as if it was one word.
Paperwork and duplicate.
Oh, it's all one word. Oh, that's
Like
perfect.
Elemento.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
wow.
when you were a kid and you heard C-3PO knew etiquette and protocol.
I think
That might have
Yeah.
just been you, Sam.
Okay, I'll admit I
Into
probably
it,
didn't know what protocol meant when I first saw Star
There you
Wars.
go.
That's a strong chance. When are we leaving?
Yep.
How long will it take you to get your paperwork done?
Oh, I thought you meant paperwork of what we were doing there.
No, you don't need to fill anything out for that. Don't you have to file for paid time off or whatever?
I don't know. I'm working for you right now, so you tell me.
Just get in the goddamn plant.
You know what? We're leaving now. Happens to be like conveniently right next to a tree.
Yeah, just boop, tree.
We're spending a day and a half. Congratulations, kids.
Okay. Yes, I can make that work. Wonderful. Let's go.
Right.
We got 6 seconds. Come on.
You guys step into the tree that Ilferi touched, which is a new experience. You kind of like feel the bark like kind of scrape by you as you walk through, and then you feel like you're just like pulled downwards. You don't really see much, but you feel yourself like soaked down into the roots of the tree. It's a very different feeling from teleportation, which you've experienced a few times by now, all of you.
It's tighter.
And then the process starts to reverse itself, and you finish taking the step that you took through the first tree as you step out onto a sandy beach, and you see a palm tree behind you that looks weathered, sturdy, has a few claw and scratch marks leading up the side of it.
It's got a big platform at the top, like a tree house, but there's no walls.
Did we come out of that part?
No, we came out of the bottom.
Okay.
No, all right, jump.
Everyone can just T-pose here, right?
Yeah, gravity's on low here.
Works magic.
I mean, I have a way down, but I don't know about the rest of you.
Nah, it's on the ground.
But yeah, it's a pretty nice like late summer day. It's nice and breezy. The sun is shining overhead. No clouds in the sky.
Finally, I can take off this belt.
And you see
Really let loose.
as you kind of survey your surroundings, just a few hundred feet up the shore, there's a dock and some small hut-like structures with like kind of a bigger central hut in the center, and kind of like trees growing up throughout the village, and tree houses and other just like ropes and hammocks and all sorts of things strung between. And at the dock, there appears to be a fairly large, fairly well-built warship.
Ooh.
What flag does it seem
yeah, I
to
was
have?
about to ask that too.
It doesn't. It has like a flag that has like a tree on it and like a sun and like some spotted some green circles. It's not a flag that any of you recognize. Ilferi, you might have seen this. You might recall this as being like a flag that would be representing some of the archipelago islands. You would have seen it like in a hall or like in somebody's home or like a mayor or something.
Okay, kind of like a
Okay, it's
independent, not
Mhm.
nation, but
yeah, local.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's a flag you might have seen out in a dock in Reeser,
Mhm.
but not very common.
gotcha.
Is there anyone on the boat, or is it just docked right now?
It is docked. There are a few people coming on and off of it, or on the ship, maybe like tying up ropes or being busy. There's people kind of milling about the village. It seems very active.
Is
there's
this a Conch Republic thing?
Hmm?
The Conch Republic. Key West, Florida is technically a micronation because they seceded but never technically signed the paperwork to rejoin even after agreeing to do so. So technically they still exist as an independent micronation.
You're telling me I could attack Florida right now?
No, you can attack them.
If you're asking if this should be under Dinar or Reeser control, the answer is probably no. There's a lot of independent island nations.
No, more just like these people declared themselves independent and nobody cares enough to make sure that they aren't.
I mean,
like
they're
how
not-
I could, like how like Molossi.
They've
Yeah.
never been a
Yeah,
conquered
there's
nation.
no one for them to declare independence from. Nobody's
okay.
laying claim to this.
It's pretty far out on the isle or
Okay.
on the archipelago.
So you're telling me it's free real estate?
That's what I heard.
Yeah, Dinar and Reeser were fighting over the bigger islands and Axis Island in particular. Since it's like right in between everything else.
Gotcha.
But these outward scattered smaller islands nobody really cares about.
They got caught in the crossfire at most.
But yeah, the village is definitely bigger than you remember, Ilferi. And like the kind of dock and market area seems a lot grown up and more traffic than what you would remember.
Do I see any non-Avarians walking around?
Yes.
Interesting. Humans or what?
Yeah, humans. Maybe a tiefling or two.
Okay, that makes sense.
And
shoot.
a gaggle of small Avarians are running down the beach towards you.
I'm just kind of stand right now. Ilferi is just kind of stunned because there were multiple reasons he didn't go through the portal the first time, because he wasn't sure what to expect. So he's just kind of let the kids run at him.
And they just kind of like crowd around your feet. They're like whoa, strangers, and like grabbing at anything hanging from your belt, playing with your boots, just like,
Oh no, there's a sword there.
look what I found.
A sword.
What do you have there? No. Where'd he get a sword?
No, please, no touching. No. That's toxic.
I ruffle some feathers. Like, are you guys about to? I don't remember what it's called. When you jump off the. It's been so long.
Free dive.
Yeah, are you about to do that?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll watch.
Yeah.
I need to make sure they don't hurt themselves. Let's see. What spell do I have to make sure a kid doesn't fall and die?
Hey,
I mean,
Fair.
if they don't fall and hurt themselves, they're not gonna
Oh
learn.
no, I have a perfect spell. I have control winds.
Cool, perfect.
Hmm?
If you're helping the kids with magic, question:
Yeah.
do you have polymorph today?
I didn't really look at my prepared spells, so probably not.
So yes.
I saw a toad once. I think it was a polymorph prince in disguise.
Well, I just want to be a mermaid while I'm on this fucking.
Oh,
Tomorrow.
Ugh. Fine. I'm gonna go read a book.
So I'm gonna cast
read a book
control
once.
winds and do updraft. So I'll just throw that in there.
Okay.
Oh wait. Ah shoot. Never mind, I can't do that. It's a 5th level spell.
I'm gonna teach kids how to shoot a gun.
My uncle has a gun.
Oh, there we go. I'll just cast Watery Sphere. And if they fall, they'd land in the Watery Sphere.
My uncle works at gun factory.
My uncle
Nintendo.
invented the gun factory.
Guntendo.
That's just Nintendo of America, isn't it?
Oh, golly.
So you're using watery sphere.
Yeah.
So yeah, like one of them like jumps off and like is having a bit of a tumble, and you like get the watery sphere under just in time, and it splashes in and comes out the bottom giggling, and then the kids just like are aiming for the watery sphere to jump into.
Well, yeah, it's safer. Cool. I'm gonna do that for a little while. The fairy's not totally sure what to do. He's here. He has a thing that he needs to do, but like he's kind of overwhelmed with like seeing this place the first time as an adult. So I think he's gonna stick with the kids until they go back into town or whatever.
I'm gonna go make the house for the night.
Not too way out there on the beach.
Are we not far enough? Do I need to go further? What?
Yeah.
Where is the town start and beach begin?
Ilferi will just point to a spot over there. That spot.
Okay. Just start heading that way.
As close to the water as
Tower.
possible.
No. You want a good distance, because then I'm gonna do with this. Just
Koku
4-story
turns off her
Galder's tower.
Koku turns off her flotation device and walks into the ocean.
Just
Okay, Bender.
Yeah, so how long do you think the kids play? Because
Oh,
that watery sphere is only around for like 10 minutes.
hey Carter, how long do kids play for?
yes. It depends. When does a guardian ring a bell to come home?
I started a timer when he was like 6 months old. I'll let you know when I stop.
The watery sphere ends in about 10 minutes. So then after that point, I'm figuring. Oh no, geez, only a minute. Never mind.
It's like one kid per spell.
Nah, they're all jumping at the same time. It's all one round of initiative. Yeah, I thought that lasted a little longer than it does. Well,
I swear this has never happened before.
One of the kids aims for it, it dissipates right
That's
up
what I was
under him.
imagining.
Luckily, it's one of the older ones, and he just glides.
Yeah. I guess I'll head after that spell wears out. I'll head into what I remember being like the center of town or the village. 1 second though.
Is there a long rest button?
There is somewhere. I just don't remember where. Okay, sorry.
Oh, it's under your hit dice.
Ah, thank you. but did reset my spell slots.
Okay. So yeah, you start heading more into the town proper. And is everybody heading in at this point?
Sure.
Everyone who wants or can, but I'm really the only one that needs to do anything here.
Oh, well then fuck that. I'm drinking on the beach.
Yeah, no, I'm on the beach. I brought a bathing suit. I'm swimming. I'm doing shit.
Cool.
Drinking on the beach, feet up, cowboy hat over my eyes. Like,
Koku
Also,
will go
you won't
along.
be able to turn me into a mermaid because I don't think it's allowed, but I can turn you into a shark.
That's not what I want. Why wouldn't it be?
Huh?
I do have a spell, but I can't cast it on other
Mermaids.
people.
Mermaids
Mermaids aren't
animals.
beasts. Yeah, it has to be an animal.
That's bullshit.
you can't cast like half polymorph on her, just like the bottom half.
Yeah, I only want the bottom half.
Just like cast it, but mess it up a little.
Yeah.
Partial polymorph.
You know, like when they would fuck up the fusion dance and they'd be like
that's-
old or fat.
That's
Oh, what
all-
if could I split the polymorph in two? You get the bottom half, and then Jack gets the top half of the fish.
And he becomes Sharkhead Maui.
He just wants to sleep on the beach anyway. It's fine.
You'd have to sleep
don't
its
let the
head
shark-
a little bit in the.
I love
Yeah,
the idea of
sleep on the beach.
meta magic divide spell.
And it's just for
Harder
this,
ideas.
this, and this alone.
That'd be fun. I'm into it.
Oh my!
Sorcerers don't get that spell, but
Oh. All right. So, is anyone going with Elfari into town?
yeah, Koku will go along. She's not planning on doing anything, but she's.
It's a new.
These people
experience.
tend to attract trouble, and so probably as few people should be alone as possible.
All right. Then yeah, you guys are definitely getting some stares. Ilfari is, not exactly recognized and has, weapons and accoutrement. And Koku is a totally new thing to them. So there is some gawking, some whispering.
I'm here. My headset was dying. I need to get a charger.
Hmm.
Honestly, I don't even know who I would be speaking to. But there's like a chieftain, like cabin hut situation. Like
Yeah,
there's someone that is the leader of the.
Yeah, there's like a
Wow.
bigger, important looking hut in the center of the village.
Yeah, I'll go there.
I thought you were going to say bigger, important looking Avarian, and I was just imagining like a fat pelican who leads everyone.
So you walk in and there's a fat pelican.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not? He's got like a I wouldn't say a throne, but like a big chair, and like a desk with like papers on it, and he's talking to a few other Ivarians.
What's the name for a bird that's at the head of a flock of birds? There's got to be a word for that, right?
I don't know. Do birds have hierarchies?
Yeah.
I mean-
sure.
Sir.
Well, it might be something that we would call like a name for specifically the lead position in like a formation.
Mhm.
But I don't see anything. Darn.
The
All
tip
right.
of the V.
Well, I wanted to like.
So they
Let's
take
see.
turns at they take turns at who's the tip of the V.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Feather.
I was trying to find a name other than like chieftain.
Yeah.
Because it's a flock, it's not a tribe,
Yeah.
But I can't find anything.
It's okay. His term of service ends in a couple hours.
I'm drawing up a blank as well, but I like the idea.
Big Bird.
But I guess we'll just go with Chief.
Yeah.
Like big weird.
The only thing I can think of is maybe like just front, like the flock's front, but
He's the
that doesn't really work
Pellistorm.
either. Chief, it is.
Yeah. Or
So is he doing anything important, or is he just?
he's like talking to some other they're like the weather has been good, our water supplies are in good store, just like business of running a town talk.
Cool. I will
And-
wait while that's happening.
You come in and they kind of like notice you, and like talk kind of slows and dies.
Chief, it's is this the same chief that I remember growing up?
How long ago was that?
It was 13 years ago.
He did.
We lived to be 60.
Yeah, it seems likely it would be a different chief.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'm gonna-
he is like a large pelican bird.
I'm just going to guess it's we don't care about parentage in this place, so it doesn't matter if it's his son, because like we really don't know. Who would have been next in line? Would have been someone who's picked to be trained to be the next chieftain or chief or whatever. Elfari probably wouldn't know.
Yeah. The Ursul version of Maury Povich is going to be real popular in like 50 years.
Yeah, it seems unlikely that you would have been up on like political front runners when you were 3 years old that weren't like, look, there's the chief. I know who the chief is.
Yeah.
He's got the hat.
Yeah,
And the pelican waddle.
he does have a hat.
Is it a fancy tricorn or just a regular tricorn?
It's a fancy, like, it's one of those like not tricorn, but one of those with the 2 points.
Like an admiral hat.
Yeah,
Bicorn.
bicorn. There you go.
Chief, we have probably met at some point, but it's been a long time.
He kind of squints. I feel like I would have remembered a Ivarian walking around with a that
My name is Koku.
Koku.
Close enough.
It's a new addition to my group, but no, I'm Ilferi. I lived here for a few years before I was taken by pirates, and I kind of wanted to visit again.
Ah, I see. Ilferi. Ilferi. Was that always your name?
Probably.
Doesn't ring a bell, but pirates does happen, unfortunately.
And this place has grown a lot since in the last 13 years.
Indeed, well, our pirate problems are not as severe. We have found ways to defend ourselves and begun to expand our reach into the world a bit. Forgive me, I am Chief Alonso.
Ilferi, again, this is the flock this is the flock I grew up with, but I was mostly raised by pirates until not too long ago. So it's almost like I'm a foreigner.
Well, welcome back to the nest. Are you here to stay with your Koku?
No. We're
Not
here.
his. I'm just here because I expect trouble, and I don't want no fairy to die again.
Again?
Long story.
Yeah, well, I have at least a day to talk about it, but no, I am coming as a representative of Resur. There is the possibility for new troubles to arise between Resur and Daenor. It's not guaranteed, but I wanted to extend an offer of refuge, should something come up.
There's always trouble brewing between those two.
And you do look much more capable of defending yourself than before.
Somewhere on the beach, Jack snorts in agreement.
So you come to offer refuge? What does that
If
entail?
needed. We have places for people to live, temporarily or permanently. That's really all I've ironed out so far. I'm not really a diplomatic type. I just was concerned.
You know, Elfari, there aren't many Avarians who leave the islands, and fewer that stay away. I think it's unlikely that any will take up an offer to move to a city, but I can spread the word if you're insistent.
Just as an option. I don't want to leave you guys stranded without knowing that there's a hand out there. Like,
What are the
wouldn't want anything to
logistics
happen.
of this? Are you sending ships or?
I can teleport as many people directly there as I would like.
Ah, powerful magician you are.
Well, I mean, I've had to improve with all the troubles I've had, but I learned the basics here.
I'd like to hear more about your adventures. How long will you be in town?
At least a day. I can send my folks back whenever and stay however long I need to. I have troubles to take care of my paperwork, so I won't be missed for an extra day or two.
It's just like trying to imagine what his troubles might be.
You keep throwing proper nouns at me,
Also,
sir.
Koku answers the question. He doesn't ask. Also a long story.
Well, do you have anywhere to stay while you're here?
One of the people we brought magically builds a big tower, but I'm not that partial to it.
There's a new 50-foot tower on the horizon.
Yeah, that one over there. You know, the one that everyone's going to be jumping off of.
It's not close enough to the water.
He like leans his head down to like look at the doorway.
Not close enough to the water, bro. You're like the second highest point on the island.
Oh, I meant from like the water's edge. Like, if you were to try, like, if one of us was to try and jump off it, because birds they can glide, you would hit the shore.
Yeah, we're not going to be the ones jumping off of it.
Yeah.
Well, we can make arrangements for dinner, and you can tell me about your adventures if you'd like.
Great. There are 3 other people with me that eat. And Koku, do you like this? Can you smell? Actually,
I can detect particles in the air. I mean, yes, but
great. And Koku likes to smell.
I'm sure I can find someone to show you around. I think a lot has changed since you were here, but
Yes. And even from the quick glance I got as I stepped out of the jumping tree, there's been a lot of change.
well, Bailey, how about you show our guests around town? And a parakeet motif bird steps forward and it's like, very well, come with me.
Let's go grab the rest of my people. I'm sure they'd like to see or get a tour too. Not many. Well, actually, I don't even know if I could say not many people visit these islands anymore.
Our commerce has certainly increased in the last... How long did you say you were here last?
13 years ago?
Oh, certainly. But we are still a ways out.
Yeah, and I'll lead. What did you say his name was?
Bailey.
Bailey. I'll lead Bailey and Koku down to the beach where I'm assuming the rest of them are.
Okay.
I've arranged a tour and also dinner tonight if you want to join for the tour. And also dinner tonight. Cooked by the locals.
Hi, Bailey.
How old is Bailey? Like adult or
Probably about
teenager?
your age. Maybe
Okay.
a bit younger.
How long is the tour?
It's not a very big place.
Well, it's not a large town, but
I'm
I'm sure there's plenty of stuff to check out.
Sure, I don't want to be rude, but I kind of came here for the beach.
There's plenty of time.
well, here's the beach. Step one on our tour.
Aloysia, you're gonna have to open up that tower, by the way. You're gonna have to open up the roof of that tower, let people in. You can't just erect the tallest thing on the island and not expect bird people to jump off of it.
Are they going to wipe their feet?
It's sand.
You erected
Yeah,
a
I did.
tower.
Exactly. Are they
You-
going to wipe their feet?
Who
You erected
knows?
a tower on the beach. It's going to be full of sand, whether you want to, regardless of what you do. This feels like an error in tactics.
You're wrong. Magic. Yeah. Oh, tell them if they try and take anything, it disappears.
All right. I am sure a couple things are going to disappear,
What
but
what
I'll do
a,
my best.
what a way to ingratiate yourself to the locals.
It turns to smoke. I don't make the rules.
Let me just walk in here and build a large building in my own style without consulting anyone.
Do you
You want to come in? Thief!
Do you?
No, I'm saying it turns to smoke. As in, if you take it out, it disappears, and then that's gone.
Yeah.
I'm down a chair. If you wanted to sit on the beach, if you wanted to
Do you
take
want
a
me
towel
to tell
out.
people to go into your house?
I don't know what's happening, but he said that people were gonna go in, and I'm trying to tell you that if you try and bring a towel out to the beach, the towel is going to disappear.
I'm confused.
I mean, he built the tallest thing on the island. You really expect the kids not to want to jump off of it?
how are they gonna get into it?
The door.
What,
It's on the
only
other
because
side.
you're
You
telling
can't
them
see
to
it from
unlock
here.
it.
No. I'm telling Aloysia to leave the door open
But why?
because they're gonna want to jump on. This is the tallest thing here. Why would they? Do you not like jumping off tall things?
Yes, but just because they want to. Never mind. I'm not here.
Oh, I thought that was. I thought you were being.
No, I'm just confused. Me and Redbeard confused.
Oh no, I just think it would be a fun thing for the kids to do.
Get to the tallest thing is very real.
Sure. But if there's just a tower here with a locked door,
Yeah, but I'm saying as a gift to the kids, leave it unlocked so they can do that thing that they want to do.
Okay, just like fine. I'll make another one.
Do you guys sort of
Whatever's
see the
happening.
docks?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, Bailey goes off towards the docks,
Jack, I'm not allowed to have rum, but may I please have a cigarette?
mutters something under her breath.
The conversation wasn't supposed to be that long. I didn't think it was that complicated of a concept. We have a fucking jumping tree. Like, wouldn't it be fun to have a 50-foot tall building that you jump off of? Safely. Like,
So who's coming along to see the docks?
I would like to see the docks. I'm very curious about the local culture.
So there's like a fish market around, and then there's like maybe half a dozen piers that jut out into the sea, with various small rowboats, fishing boats, etc. And then at the last pier is just like a very large, like imposing warship.
where'd you guys score that one from?
Oh, this ship was generously given by one of our frequent visitors of the islands, who's been negotiating trade deals, and we've been telling him stories about our culture in exchange.
Who
Wait,
is that?
no, I know who this is.
I think I know too. Who is it again? I've kind of been all over with my job, so I might actually know him.
Are you? I don't know who you're asking.
I'm asking, I forgot his name
Bailey.
again.
Tour guide.
Bailey?
Yeah, Bailey.
His name is Bruce McDruid.
Bruce McDruid?
Uh-huh. He's been coming here for about 7 years now. He's one of the reasons that we've really been able to expand our market, and everything is really coming to being because of him.
Is James stupid, or is that, like, we're not supposed to know that name, right?
It's an obviously fake name.
That is
Stacy fake
okay.
name.
Okay.
Yeah.
that is not a name that you recognize.
Okay. I just and that name doesn't strike you as weird?
No.
King McDruid.
I think he's from the islands to the north, where there's a lot of druids, and he's taught us some of their ways as well. There's a thriving druid community here.
Well, that's good to hear. It was our best druid was taken from the circle, like, along with me. So I'm glad that there's some new build-up of our community.
Can I get perception checks from whoever's here?
Okay.
We're not here. We're at the beach.
Getting
No,
drunk.
I went with him because he was being a come look at my shitty stuff.
And also
fine.
offered food. 16.
Fine, I've been roused to action.
Are you there, TJ?
No, I'm on the beach.
Oh, okay.
I think I was supposed to have advantage, but I think a 24 is enough.
I had forgotten to. Oh wait, my character sheets are right here. Never mind. Yeah, I'm here.
What was your total, Aloysia?
10.
Okay.
Mine was a 20 something.
My
Yeah,
eyes
I
are
thought you were on
wandering
the beach.
because I see fresh squid.
No!
Oh.
Il
Okay.
Fairy was all like, come see my shit, and I went.
Oh, okay. Sorry. What was your check?
21.
Okay. So Mina and Ilferi, I think Goku would notice too. There are some very peculiar looking lanterns affixed to the bows of several of the fishing ships.
Ah, hell.
Are they
Shit.
pumpkin-sized?
They are pumpkin-sized.
Did Bruce McDruid? You said he came from some of the isles to the north.
Uh-huh.
For 7 years. 7 years. 7 years.
Did he say what those lanterns are for?
Oh, these are great. This is another new technology he's introduced us to. It calms the seas around you as you sail around. Do you not have those in the city? I just assumed they were common.
No, they're well, they can be more dangerous, but it might be okay. I'd like to look at one later.
Oh, sure. They're hard to come by. We have to trade for them, but
do you know when
outfit our ships with.
the next time Mr. McDruid is going to be in town?
Oh, he just comes on the tides.
I mean, his ship's here, or is that you said that's your ship?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they got it from him.
Ah. How much does one of these lanterns? And I feel like I'm giving like Ilfari and like Mita and eyeing them like, is this what I think these are from the reports? And how much do they cost?
Well, like I said, we trade. It's not really a cost thing. We don't actually deal in a lot of currency here. But Mr. McDruid is very fascinated in our culture, and he likes to bring new technologies from across the seas in exchange for stories about our culture and our history.
I really do want to meet this person too, but
Can we tell what kind of make the ship is? Like, does it seem like it might have originated in Denor or Reeser?
Give me a check for, I guess, vehicles, ships.
I can do that.
Or intelligence.
Navigator tools. I have vehicle proficiency.
Yeah, if you have a ship-based proficiency, you can use that. Otherwise, it'd be intelligence.
Just raw intelligence.
Yeah, I think so. That's a 19 raw intelligence.
8 raw intelligence.
I'm adding 4 to this. I just don't know how to find my vehicle proficiency.
Okay.
19.
Okay, so yeah, Ilfari and Koku, these are pretty common make. The wood is like a type of wood that grows in like the tropical islands in the archipelago, and is a style that is native to this region.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to make some time the next time he's here. I'll try and find a way for you guys to let me know, because I want to meet him.
Can you describe what he looks like?
He has like palish skin, fuzzy hair here and here.
How do you describe a human too?
They're fuzzy all over. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. They got these tiny little thin feathers. They don't do anything.
Oh, he's got ears.
Yeah.
Okay. Are they pointy?
No. They're round.
How tall is he in comparison to you?
Oh, like
Keeping in mind that we are about the same height as dwarves.
like this tall. It like holds a hand like a foot or two above their head, foot and a half.
So
maybe.
it's a human, maybe?
Horns like me? No horns like me.
Oh, they're human.
Okay, thank you.
Oh.
Brown hair, blonde hair, red hair,
Dark.
dark, like black or brown?
Yes,
Cool.
like black or brown.
Yeah, I got it.
We don't need to be interrogating him over one kind of suspicious person.
One person named McDruid.
Of the
Talk
clan
about it
McDruid.
later.
He
Anyway,
came.
so over here at the fish markets,
Ooh, fish.
they're usually well stocked. There's lots of great varieties. The lanterns have really helped us expand, and we've been able to export to some of the other nearby islands.
Do you have any calamari?
Oh yes,
Ooh, wait.
it's a
Do y'all just
specialty.
like not take coin, or do I? I'll go talk to the guy. I want to go buy squid.
Okay.
Is this some Burning Man shit where I have to do like a dance or something?
Not far off. Was there anything else anyone wanted to look into?
No, I'm going to look at the lantern later.
Okay.
And the chief is probably a better person to ask about McDruid than Bailey here.
Okay.
I'm looking into the bottom of this bottle.
God, I miss drinking sometimes.
So yeah, Bailey shows you a few other little things that, like, it's not really much. There's some tree houses and like, oh, this is a tree that, is very important to our people, but to you guys it just mostly looks like a tree.
No, I get it. It makes sense.
Bailey shows you their house, which is like a nice tree house up in a palm tree near the edge of town. But there's not really anything else of interest.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to see if I can get on that ship.
Okay.
So
Worried about
step
us getting in
one,
trouble.
is it guarded? I mean, I assume
would
there's
say-
someone stationed
Yeah,
at the
like
gangplank.
there's not like a guard in armor per se, but there are sailors about, and there's
somebody at the end of the gangplank clearly checking
Yeah.
who's going in and out.
Um,
Okay.
And there's a few sailors on board that are like, swabbing decks and tarring and rope things.
Stuff.
Tying
Rope
knots and untying
God,
knots.
I misuse rope.
So, step one, attempt official channels. I'm going to go up to the person at the end of the gangplank.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Hello? Ah, you're one of the strangers. I think I heard some mutterings.
Yes. Well, you have a rather interesting ship there. I'd like to take a closer look at it, if you don't mind.
I'm not sure if we can just let strangers on board our ship. Still getting used to the fact that it's even here, but
Sure. And who would I... who's your commanding officer, or who would I talk to about permission to come aboard?
I guess the chief?
Are the
Chief
crew
Alonso?
mostly Avarians, or are they...
Yes.
It's like... Koku is realizing just how small this island nation is. Well, we'll give it a shot. And Koku's going to go back to the chief.
Okay.
Oh, when we did our tour, how many like humans or tieflings like live here versus just we're in the dock as like a stopping point?
It seems like most of the population is Avarian. There might be some merchants selling fish that are human or tiefling. And maybe one or two that you would have seen while walking around that seem to have like a permanent residence or something. But I would say the vast majority of the population is Avarian still.
Okay. Just trying to gauge how much things have changed.
Yeah.
Should we be worried about those lanterns, or are we off, or are you off the clock?
I didn't hear you. We were asking.
Oh, I asked Mina.
Sorry, what?
Should we be concerned about the lanterns, or
Yes.
is that off the clock?
No, we should absolutely be. And I'm really pissed that Elferi brought me here because now I have to think about that. All I wanted was a goddamn beach day.
I mean,
I don't think there's. Listen, if you want to ignore it, I don't think there's anything we can do about it right now. But I do think we have to find Mr. McDruid.
Sorry, I also just could not remember if someone else had like given us that fake name in the past.
No, this is a new name.
Okay.
And all I'm thinking is that like we're on like a tropical island, maybe like Hawaii. And so he came here and got an ID that instead of saying McLovin because it was taken, it says McDruid.
All right. So Coco, you wanted to find the chief.
Yeah, well, I'm just gonna go back to his big pelican hut and and go in and request permission to see his ship.
He's like, oh yeah, sure. I'll take you on a tour myself.
That would be excellent.
Work's just wrapping up. I think they're starting on the bit of a feast for tonight. I'll take you down to the ship. We can look around and you can inspect, get a good look-see, and then we'll come back here and have some dinner.
Be careful with the lantern. Don't get trapped in Movisha.
Sounds like an excellent plan.
All right, so takes you down to the docks. The guy at the gangplank kind of gives like a little special like bow sort of thing, and steps aside as he sees the chief. And you guys go up onto the ship. Looks like
Yep. I mean, unless there's anything specific, Koku is just going to take detailed mental notes that will later be detailed physical notes. Because I have a feeling we're going to see this ship again.
Okay. Yeah, nothing really stands out. Seems like a pretty standard, like 3-mast ship. There is a lantern affixed to the prow.
How many total lanterns are on the ship?
There's just one.
Okay, it's just one. Okay, I thought there were multiple.
And you see probably no more than half a dozen total in the docks. Usually on some of the bigger ships, fishing ships and stuff.
Gotcha.
But other than that, seems like a pretty standard thing. There is like a small keg next to the lantern that has like a kind of like a blue residue on the side of it.
What was stored in here?
Oh, that's the oil that we burn for the lanterns.
The oil that you burn.
Yeah. You have to burn
You know.
this special oil in order to keep the seas calm.
No.
Just regular lantern stuff.
Could you describe?
It's weird. It screams while you're burning it.
Could you describe what the oil looks like?
It's like a very bluish color. Other than that, it looks like pretty standard lantern oil.
I see. And I take it that you are supplied with this oil by your Mr. McDruid?
Oh, you've heard about him.
Yes, we've heard some stories.
He really has brought this little she shanty around.
Do you know why he's using a fake name?
Never thought that it would be a fake name.
I see.
McDruid sounds like one of the names of those. I think it's a family name from the Druids of the islands to the north. I know a couple other McDruids.
Do you know?
Oh yeah, there's Stan McDruid, Terrence McDruid.
This is when we find out McDruid is just the Smith of the Eurosol Isles.
Oh, yes. Thank you, Kai. He wanted to share his banana with me.
That's nice.
Bananas are great, and you are on a tropical island.
I've
so.
never seen a kid that wants to share as much as your son, Carter.
He loves sharing. I don't know what has gotten into him, but I'll be very sad when it stops. Okay. Yeah, I think this scene has
I think
done as much as
kind
it's
of
going to.
done what we set out here to do. You guys have a nice, pleasing dinner with lots of tropical flavors, lots of fish and fruit. Iltheri recounts stories of inspiring magnitude to the people of his nest.
Yeah, I conveniently leave out both of the times I die. There's kids around. They don't need to hear about that.
And
And then this one time I used my sling and I took out a dude's eye because he was pretending to be a pirate. So I made him more like one.
And then you guys spend the night. Nothing eventful. The chief Alonso says he'll ask around, kind of make arrangements, see if there's anybody who needs to seek refuge or wants to.
Yeah, if it comes to it. I don't think we're in that position yet. But
And I guess maybe you make arrangements to return at a later date.
Mhm. How far
Upon
does sending
which
stones work?
there is nobody who takes up your offer.
Makes
Seems
sense.
like everyone's pretty well situated here.
It's much more defended than I thought it would be.
And that about wraps up, I think, the downtime. And we're right about at our break.
Do you think it's defector? Do you think someone managed to defect with 7 lanterns?
I give him a give the chief a sending stone.
Okay.
Cool. Let me know the next time McDruid is here.
Okay.
I'd like to meet him.
So when we come back from our break, we're gonna start into chapter 7.
Yeah.
We have a bit of a kind of interlude.
Okay.
And I'm going to be assigning you roles for the interlude.
Ooh.
Ah, okay, interesting.
So I'm gonna hand these out, and then we'll take our break, and we'll come back and resume.
Okay. Interesting.
So should I give the right ones to the right people?
All right, I got Chet Manley.
I got some guy named Hugh.
Man.
Yeah. Chris, did you share these ahead of time?
Nope. Okay.
Then how did she know that his
I
last
got-
name was Man?
I got the Iron Sheik.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Sheik.
Rest in peace, Sheiky baby.
Sorry, I just need to make a quick.
It says the favored enemy Macho.
Actually, your favorite enemy would be Hulk Hogan.
Hogan.
But
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
So
Close.
I knew it was
This
someone.
one-
I took a guess.
Yeah, it was a
Yeah, 50-50 shot.
I was it's in your like Carter. I was sitting here like do I just go and say, man, this guy, the character I was handed, really cares about cream
This
and
one
its
for
location to
you.
the and its proximity to the top?
This one for you.
Hector the Well Endowed.
This one for you. This one for you. And this one for you.
Who gets what? We can all see the folder.
Yeah. So you should have the ownership for only one of them.
Is this inside journal?
It's an actor.
Okay.
How do I
and
check
four
ownership?
Officers.
Oh, sweet! I got Abraham Lincoln.
I can see 5.
Yes,
Yeah, I can
there
see
should
all
be
5.
Okay.
How do I check the ownership?
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if it would or not.
I'm sure there's some way to, but other than like trying to change it, I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know what it looks like on your screen. On mine, it has a dot next to it, or corresponding to your color.
I was able to pull one of them out.
I was able to open them all out, but
Okay.
oh wait, but there's only one that I can prototype a token for.
Okay.
Aha.
Which one is that?
Aha! Bruce McDruid.
We'll be right back. Hi, we're back. Everybody.
Oh God, no! I just figured out what accent she obviously has to have. We'll get there.
Has everyone got their biotos of their character?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like one sentence long, right? I'm not looking for something different.
There is a second page that has a more detail.
There is a second. Oh, I see it. Got it. Cool.
Okay, just making sure that actually showed up.
It did. I just hadn't seen it because it was labeled as page 1 because I forgot that they label page 0.
Well, why don't we start with the titular Bruce McDruid?
Which is just his name.
Yeah.
The titular. That's now the title of this stream. This is now
God.
welcome to
Bruce
Bruce
McDruid.
McDruid, a KrakenQuest 5th edition
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
Hey Sam, do you want to rate the names in this from this campaign?
Hi, I'm
N-
Redbeard.
maybe.
I'm the Dungeon Master. With me, as always, is James playing Bruce McDruid.
Hi. I don't know what this guy sounds like. I don't know what Abraham Lincoln sounds like. This is Abraham Lincoln in a beret.
He had a
He's
high
from-
squeaky voice.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln actually had a high squeaky voice that I refuse to think about because it goes against my religion.
Also, yeah. Also, he was from Illinois, so Midwestern.
But like
Anyways.
city Midwestern.
Actually, he grew up in the asshole armpit of nowhere.
Yeah.
That's true. But he
Right.
went to school, and most people in those days who went to school changed their accents.
That's true.
Okay, Bruce McDruid, explorer of remote nations responsible for bringing technology to primitive peoples. Bruce forsook his clan's traditions, stole one of their ships, and became a pirate. There are dozens of small island nations and coastal kingdoms with no geopolitical clout, but with enough population to cause trouble for the Obscurati if they are not properly pacified. Bruce is called a friend in most of their ports. Having explored further than nearly anyone, Bruce is bored and not easily impressed. In the past year, he has made the rounds, offering replicas of Wayfarer's lanterns, supposedly as a way to calm the seas. Once they are accepted, Obscurati agents will use the foothold to encourage the construction of proper Wayfarer lighthouses.
It was such a perfect opportunity with you going back to the islands.
Do we know what that last thing is? A Wayfarer lighthouse? Does that
Probably
mean
a
anything?
big
to
one
us?
of those things.
Not by that name.
Okay.
Also with me today, we have Catherine playing Grand Guisard? Guisard?
Sound.
Guisard.
Okay.
Do you want to read your little bio?
Can you click back over to it? Head of gorgeous cell.
Sound it out.
No, it's not that. I'm just like gorgeous cell. Why?
I don't remember.
In Beaumont with spy network of artists and entertainers. A famous half-Missouri opera baritone from Denor. Gran initially used his international tours to deliver messages between different cells, including Mayor Reed McBannon and Flint. Now he recruits other performers as couriers or spies. His greatest mistake, he believes, was trying to recruit Rock Rackus. No fucking shit. That is anyone's mistake, that man. Gran could not manage to explain the subtleties of the missions to the man, so he passed Rock off to Caius Bergeron as an adventurer and treasure hunter. Gran always carries a pen and a book of songs so he can tear up pages, sign them, and hand them to fans. That is my favorite part of that whole thing.
Some of these I knew exactly which person to give them to.
Fair.
Also, we have Phil playing Ken Don.
Ken Don is the head research inquisitor for the clergy's Geneva Library in Elias Primos. Ken helps Obscurati researchers delve into the forbidden topics without being noticed. He has interacted in the past with Obscurati agents named Ottavia Sacradot and Caius Bergeron. Quiet and macabre, Ken has a deep well of knowledge regarding the occult and is fluent in the infernal language of the demonocracy. His preferred method to deal with unwanted disturbances is to recite religious poetry, though not in any language the listener will recognize. Also, he thinks the dead owe a debt to the living, so using undead as labor is justifiable.
It's pretty sweet, actually, yeah.
We've also got Carter playing Livia Hatsfield.
Now, I don't know why you've given me this character, but I can only assume you wanted me to do this. Livia Hatsfield. I hate them damn McCoys.
God, I didn't even think of that.
Spies on the King of Reeser in Torfield Palace, researching Fey Titans and the rights of rulership. Though nearly 200 years old, Livia only moved out of Reeser's rural forest lands 20 years ago. She was only recruited to the Obscurati after Duchess Ethelyn's failed bid to seize control from her brother last year. Previously an aide to the Duchess, Livia feeds the conspiracy state secrets on the nature of the rights of rulership, that they might weaken the power of the king and place someone else on the throne. Livia is eager to know the conspiracy's ultimate plans, but worries she may have read too many romantic novels, because she recognizes she's far more excited by this adventure than is probably safe.
I also wanted to give this one to Catherine.
I was very surprised you didn't give this one to Catherine, but you've made a mistake and now you will lie in it.
Yes, Phil.
Was the Duchess a member of the Obscurati? Was that in my briefing?
That was
We don't know.
Not in your briefing.
Okay.
It's definitely a conclusion that could have been drawn, but there was never proof.
Okay.
And yeah, all of this is player knowledge, obviously.
Okay.
And last but not least, we have Sam playing Oskin Liguario.
A snitch in the family tasked with creating shell personalities and businesses for international smuggling and money laundering. A lifetime of loyalty to the family crime syndicate earned Oskin a crooked nose and a twitchy demeanor. Loyalty is important, and so is honesty, so Oskin made sure he can fake those convincingly. He
That's
once
such
earned a
good
lifetime
line.
pardon for his sins, courtesy of a bishop he was holding at knife point. So he figures he may as well make his life on this world as fun as possible. After his 5th or 6th murder, he stopped really sweating the day-to-day morality stuff and looked for grander ways to transgress.
This sounds
Boy.
exactly like my character in Baldur's Gate 3. Except I gave myself permission. I forgave my own sins.
Moida.
Moida. All right.
As long as you whip yourself with spiked chains, it's all good.
I did do that, actually. And I got a buff for it.
I've never played this game. I had no idea you could actually do that.
All right. So, as you all assume your new roles, I will read
Mm-hmm.
the following. I'm also going to try out a new module if I can get it to work. Let's see if this works.
Welcome now to KrakenQuest VR. Put on your 3D glasses now.
Okay, cool.
I'm ready.
I used to have a pair of magenta cyan 3D glasses. I don't know what happened to them.
Your ship passes close to the scrub-brushed shore, weaving between looming stones that jut from the sea, some of them even higher than the vessel's sails. Hazy clouds and sea spray fade the island into a foggy gray, but somehow the crew navigates to a small pier. The ride inland from the dock is brief but surprising. You and the other passengers look out from your 2 carriages. The island looks wholly abandoned, and is hardly an auspicious gathering place for a group as powerful as the Obscurati. You've barely had the chance to meet or speak with the other guests. Some priests from the clergy, a Denaran, a dwarf from Drakkar, even a half-elf from Reeser, plus a few whose nationality you can't place. But you all know Leon Kotal, the steel shaper who arranged your travel. It's been a convoluted route, but these precautions are necessary. The drivers bring you down an uneven dirt road along a weed-choked reflecting pool, and finally pull to a stop just outside a rundown mansion. Cracked and empty windows leer down at you, and even the plants that have taken over the estate are tattered and bug-chewed. You spot 2 figures at the front door, and though the entry behind them is rotted, they are resplendent. A distinguished old tiefling, dressed like a head of state in black silk suit and golden jewelry, is attended by a human in a loose coat. Let's see if I can add that on to here real quick. I'm still reading.
Oh.
And
Is there something I'm supposed to see?
Yeah.
If,
oh, you guys not see it?
I see it.
Oh,
I
okay.
see him.
Oh, okay. It was behind every single window for me.
Sorry. There. Okay. He whispers something to the tiefling, then lifts off the ground an ornate glass lantern the size of...
A
A
pumpkin?
pumpkin.
That's right, a pumpkin.
That's literally what it says. My apologies, says the tiefling. One drawback of secrecy is that we have to carry our own luggage. As you exit the 2 carriages, your drivers hand you each a heavy iron amulet on a cord, and once you've retrieved your luggage, they drive off. The human with the lamp talks as he reaches into his coat and pulls out a small vial of oil. Lady, gentlemen, may I introduce Hangier, sovereign of Dinar, and one of the people you've been working for, whether you know it or not. The tiefling gives a slight smile to you, then works his way down the line of visitors, greeting you each with a handshake or a bow or subtle, blessed gesture. Always appropriate to your culture, always comfortable, and with the practiced ease of a 17th generation politician. Leon, an honor to finally shake your hand. Monsignor Dexlano. Padre Evney. Bishop Vilagio. Bishop Vigilio, Your Grace. Monsieur Don. He shakes your hand.
Give like a very light handshake, like very almost unenthused.
Oskin, how's it going?
More and more interesting.
Monsignor Guissard.
Sign one of my sheets and hand it to him.
I'll add,
Wink.
I'll add it to my collection. Miss Hatsfield.
Oh yes, pleasure. I mean, nice to be here.
Thank you for coming so far. Master
All the
McDruid.
way from Texas.
I can't do Oklahoma. It's the closest I got.
Yeah.
This better be worth our time.
It
I
will
have
be,
plenty of places to be.
it will be, I assure you. It's a pleasure to meet you all. He nods to his assistant. Bert, if you would. Bert has finished loading the lantern oil, and now he lights it with a quick strike of a match. A purple glow covers you, and your surroundings are spontaneously transformed. The cracked, dusty ground is now also smooth and swept clean. The facade of the mansion is somehow both decayed and coated with pristine white plaster, and your small gathering has been joined by dimly visible figures in the periphery of the light's radius. Armed men. Now, I ask you all to please put on these amulets. We are currently coterminous to the Bleak Gate, and the amulet will pull you through over the course of 5 minutes. When your business here is over, you'll be returned to the real world in the same method. Please hold off on questions until we reach the other side. He slips one over his head, and Bert does the same, and you're each handed one.
Oskin shrugs and throws his on.
Oh yeah, puts on immediately.
Mm.
Same.
Yep.
While you're waiting, Padre Hevney turns to Ken Don. By the way, Mr. Don, thank you for the use of your library. My agents found what they needed. Mentions that the Fire Temple were indeed not heretical. The church would have probably suppressed the ancient map of the cosmos if my agents found.
I'm glad the knowledge did not go to waste. And just like immediately attempts to disengage, like in the conversation by just turning away.
Over the next 5 minutes, the world slowly changes. As you look up to the sky, you see just a infinite abyss, cloudless black. And as you look out at the horizon behind you, the same, not a light to be seen anywhere, save for the mansion ahead. Coming from windows and lamps, reflecting off the glow coming off the reflecting pool. The guards surrounding you seem to have what appears to be a large pin holding their cloaks on, in the shape of a open book with a quill as the pin. And they're just outside the radius of the lights, where the light of the lantern reaches. After you're fully there, it seems, Han says, "Please pardon us while we perform a bit of security." From outside the light radius, a massive snake slithers in, at first inky black. The moment it gets into an area into the area that's around the lantern, its scales turn a brilliant iridescence in reds, greens, and purples. It grasps the ground with short, stubby forelimbs, and its eyes glow like pale yellow suns. It turns to look at each of you in turn. The guards start to level their weapons as it fixates upon one.
Not that guy.
Introduced as Monsignor Dexlano. And as the lights from the creature focus upon it, he changes his appearance.
Oh my god.
From a pale, heavy-set man to a dark-skinned individual. As he realizes that his disguise has been pierced by the creature, he reaches to tear off his amulet, but the serpent strikes first. Its eyes flash with a blinding light, and the man's body starts to blacken and peel away while his shadow is slowly burned into the manor wall behind him.
Fuck.
That's something of beauty right there.
Within 10 seconds, he's been disintegrated, leaving behind only a silhouette on the wall. The silhouette twitches slightly, as if somehow still alive. The shadowless slithers up to the wall and starts licking the silhouette's fingers. The other clergy members, Vigilo and Hebney, start to demand answers, asking why the snake has just murdered one of their fellow priests. When the answer comes from the door of the manor, as 4 spectral figures glide through.
Ooh.
One is has the visage of a very, very, very old man, it appears, and is leading the front. Behind him is a man that you've probably heard of, the former mayor of the Cloudwood, Reed McBannon.
Quick, put a fucking ghost filter over the picture.
The other 2 ghostly presences have almost smeared faces. Hard to distinguish. The older looking ghost walks forward. His raspy voice reverberates with an unnatural chill. "It's a spy," he says. "Your fellow priest was replaced and likely died long ago. You should be more careful in keeping your secrets, but we will find out how you were compromised. McBannon." The ghost of Reed McBannon walks forward. He seems to walk where the others seem to float. He pulls out a very solid vial of blood from within his cloak. "Really? It'd worry me more if we didn't have any spies trying to come in here." With that, he coats his hand in the blood, reaches into the wall, and grabs the shadows. He yanks, and Vetus falls to the ground, shivering and burnt, barely alive. The guards swarm him and manacle him. McBannon casts another quick spell to fully hold Vetus in the bleak gate, then pulls off his amulet. I'll take him to the dungeon, McBannon says. Then he grins and winks at the new arrivals. Welcome to the Obscurati.
I'm sorry, I missed one part. Who is being taken to the dungeons?
The
guy that
man
just-
who was put into the wall as a shadow.
Oh, okay.
Titus Sigismund.
Yeah,
The
they're taking his shadow to the
the
dungeon or whatever.
spy. Well, they
No, they pulled him out of the wall.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
what I
he
missed.
got turned in. He didn't die. He got turned into a shadow.
Yeah, I caught that part. I'm good now. Thanks.
Han takes a moment. This is Ikemi Terio, the head of our Ghost Council. You'll learn more about them in the coming days, I'm sure. Vigilo, Hevni, would you please stay here and answer a few questions? We want to figure out exactly how your man was compromised. The rest of you, follow me inside, and we'll meet the others. As you go into the mansion, you see many people from different walks of life milling about. There are several lounges and parlors, many smoking cigars, swapping stories, browsing bookshelves. You're led to the bar. Would anyone care for a drink?
Always.
Yes, please.
Alva mint julep.
Can Dawn just like holds up a hand and just like lightly shakes it?
I brought my own.
As you're waiting for your drinks, there's a Minotaur at the bar as well who ends up standing next to Mr. McDruid. He turns to you. Trevio it as. Holds out a hand.
Have I met you before?
Don't think so.
Okay. Pleasure.
Raises an eyebrow.
I shake his hand back. How can I help you?
Oh, just being friendly, I suppose. What's your role in the organization?
I don't know how you put it. I make outposts or find potential outposts for our organization on some more remote islands. Get people that could be trouble on our side before they have a chance to pick sides.
Oh, no kidding. It's not far off from what I'm doing. I've been teaching magics to some of the primitive peoples around, mostly around Bear.
Is Bruce McDruid a druid?
Yes.
It's such bullshit. It is such bullshit. He made up that name when he was doing psyops at 21 because he thought he sounded cool, like freaking Will Blackwater.
Amazing.
This is Kevin all over again.
Maybe you'd be
It's
willing.
worse.
Maybe you'd be willing to introduce some of your people to some of mine. I'm sure we could work together.
There could be some room for that sort of thing. I've been teaching people magic as well.
Oh, that's fascinating. I'll have to get your details. See you around. He holds up a drink that just was set on the counter, wanders off.
My guy's supposed to be very hard to impress, so I'm kind of I don't know how to roleplay that, honestly. But
It's all good.
whatever.
Oskin, as you're scanning the room, your eyes lock with a halfling across the way. His expression is a 1,000-yard stare. After locking eyes, you see him pull out a small book and write something down, and then kind of turns and starts laughing and joining a group conversation.
Well, each their own.
A group passes through the lounge, and a half dragon does a double take, or half dragonborn does a double take and calls out, "Mr. Grisard!" She runs over. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! It's actually
Sign
you!
another page.
I can't
tear it
believe
out.
we're actually in the same secret conspiracy. Isn't that crazy? Oh my god!
I know. Can you believe it?
Do you think, like, at some point while we're here, we could do like a duet, the marriage of Ashea and Hibiscus?
You'll need to give me several more drinks before I get there, but I bet you can convince me.
Oh, that would be so wonderful. Oh my god, it would be the world to me. Oh my god, I
Absolutely.
can't believe you're here.
It would mean the world to everyone here.
Amazing, amazing. I'm like, I gotta tell Carol. I'll be right back.
Absolutely. I'll be right here.
Your drinks arrive.
I immediately order another. Just keep them coming.
There's one last person you need to meet, Angier says. Once you're done with your drinks, please follow me. Or bring them along.
Well, I just have my flask, so I follow along.
Livia hops up basically immediately to start following, and then like kind of realizes that she was the first to hop up and hangs back for a second before following.
Oskin tosses back his drink in like one big gulp, smacks the glass down on the bar, and just starts strutting over that way.
Right. He leads you up to the second level. And as you round around the corner, you pass by a person that Livia would recognize as a Catherine Romana, who's a minor noble from Reeser. She spots you, says, "Small world. But sorry, I have somewhere to be."
Okay. See you around.
You're led down to the end of a long hallway. Towards an area that seems less occupied. None of the hall lamps are lit, and lights are only visible from under a few doors. But there's a dim red glow at the end of the 300-foot long hallway. As you approach, you see in the vast room at the end of the hallway, a central fireplace roars warmly. But out the glass windows to the north, south, and west walls the whole landscape is nearly black. Together, it creates the effect of light disappearing and darkness encroaching. A set of luxurious leather chairs are arrayed near the west windows, and one man sits smoking. His hands are gloved, and a necklace is visible around his neck, but tucked into his shirt. At first, he seems alone, but as he stands to greet the group, it becomes clear that a dozen or more ghosts are floating outside the windows, watching. He says, the large grin on his face, "Call me Nicodemus. I'm glad you came. Together, we're going to change the world. Come on, let's have a drink and talk." And that
Oskin
is
gladly gets another drink.
where we will conclude
Ooh.
Interesting.
chapter, or this interlude.
Interlude.
Intermission.
Yeah.
I thought we already did that.
Well, we had one prologue, yes.
But what
What
about
about
second
second
prologue?
I love second prologue. I want like 5 prologues.
Yeah, this is the way of
Isn't-
kings. Like,
Isn't second prologue basically the same as first prologue, but with
how many
more bacon and
epilogues
booze?
did the last Mistborn book have?
like 6. I think it was like one for every character.
Yeah.
I was about to say, I feel like I don't need as many epilogues as I need prologues.
Way of Kings had 2. It had like before the prologue,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then the actual prologue.
love it.
All right. Well, I guess at this point we still got 40 minutes. I could
Mhm.
start on the beginning of the actual thing, or we could wrap.
I'd
up
rather
early.
save it for next time. I want to like get a big chunk of stuff done next time.
Unless there's like
A brief, we get
Like-
pulled into an office.
or like like box text you could read. If there's something with
Yeah.
like a natural stopping point.
I think there's something we can get done in 40 minutes.
Okay.
If you guys are fine with shifting gears.
Yeah.
Sure.
As long as we're not gonna run late, because I've still got some stuff I need to do after stream.
Okay, I will keep that in mind.
Yeah, I gotta run to the grocery store before they close.
Oh, I didn't actually activate this. Damn it. I had that on in the background. I forgot
Oh.
to
It's
set
a
the
very
mood.
spooky mansion, Chris.
Yeah, I just meant to do that to set the mood and I forgot. All right, so we are jumping forward.
I put my mug down because if I was about to see Ghost Ligear, I like this mug and I feared for its safety.
Oh, I was expecting all 4 of the ghosts to be Ligear.
I mean, it could have been. But
No,
you
she died
murdered
too
her
far away.
away
Well,
from
Didn't
where she
the
could have been
mayor
accessed.
seemingly murder himself, like commit suicide in his cell?
That
Oh
is
my
what
God.
I mean,
happened to him,
he-
allegedly.
Yeah, pretty sure he did commit suicide.
Well, it
That's
was
why he's
made
dead
to
now.
it was made to appear as if he committed suicide,
He was
whether it
said
was
to
an
have
actual
bashed
suicide
his
or an
head into the
assassination.
wall until dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I mean, like, could have been a weirdly staged assassination or suicide. Like, there's the possibilities open.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe both.
Who knows?
I mean, either way, he's dead.
yeah.
Weirdly staged assisted suicide.
All right. So, with me as always is James playing Elfari, Sam playing Kevin playing Lena, Carter playing Cook, and Phil playing Aloysia.
No fun facts.
So I really
Vertical and
recommend the
horizontal edges
movie.
are potentially problematic for polygon fill algorithms. There you
Heard
go.
the word polygon algorithms.
Yeah,
That's it.
enough.
We're jumping forward to the 1st of autumn, 501 AOV.
Yeah.
We go back to that island every once in a while
You
because I can
arrive,
go there every day.
you arrive in a conference room in the fortress of the governor's island in Flint. home and workplace of Governor Roland Stanfield. A long table splits the conference room in two. An inviting buffet of pastries and coffee covers it.
Cinnamon rolls.
Fruit pies.
Delft already has 3 donuts.
Croissant.
Is it Cipriano coffee?
Yes.
Hey.
At least Mina would be able to tell upon taking a sip.
Oh yeah, Koku has no idea. It's all
otherwise in
the
a-
same.
Chemical analysis complete.
I don't have that spell yet.
Hey, we got the good shit.
I can tell you how much it weighs.
Atomic numbers verified.
Captain Dale encourages you to eat your fill while slowly savoring a single donut of his own.
Sorry.
Did I miss something?
James farted.
Oh,
It was humorous
All
because farts are funny.
They
After
are.
being invited to eat her fill, Koku pretends to reach for a donut and then says, "Done."
Jack eats that donut.
Yeah.
Can't let it go to waste.
after you all settle in, Governor Stanfield enters, turns to his guards and says, "Please, don't let anyone in for the next half hour," and closes the door.
Whether or not anyone else in the group does, Aloysia stands up upon his entry into the room.
I have to
Who's-
go.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, Kai got too adventurous, I bet. Okay.
It's all
Well,
good.
Do we
Well,
want to just
well-
wrap here, or do you
Yeah,
want to
Yeah,
I
let's
think
wrap
it's
it.
for the
Yeah. Unless the governor has like a fun one-liner to begin the meeting on.
I invite you all to die.
Pulls gun.
only that
We all have guns.
he
I
gets-
don't.
he gets a coffee, a small plate of fried jackfruit,
Mhm.
and winces a bit as he sits down. Ugh, feel like my back has only gotten worse over the past 5 centuries.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
is this the Deva?
Yes.
Okay.
You'd think it would settle at some point. Anyway, on to business. And I guess we'll just
Yeah.
wrap
Get
it
on
up,
to
right?
business.
Yeah.
Next time.
But yeah, thanks for playing along with the interlude. That
It's
Yeah,
fun to mix. It's
interesting.
fun to mix things up. I like being
Yeah.
Carlo a lot.
give you a little
I
peek
like
behind
it.
the curtain.
Yeah, I like it when the camera pans to the baddies
Hmm.
as they begin to steeple their fingers, and then the
Mhm.
camera cuts away because secrets.
Exactly. So yeah, thanks for joining us. We should be back next
Mhm.
week, I believe, unless anyone has anything. Otherwise, pay attention to our Discord and
Yeah.
Come join our
whatnot.
Discord. We post dumb memes and pictures of food and pets.
That is true. Those things do happen on a regular basis. Well, yeah, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Appreciate those of you who stuck around, and we'll see you
No
next
problem.
time.
Night,
Bye.
everybody.
Night,
Good
everybody.